positive about it.
Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another live stream and your daily Chelsea news update. And guys, what a day it's been. There has been plenty of news. Where do we start? Victor Osimhen and Chelsea. Chelsea are in talks with Napoli over a potential move for Osimhen. David Ornstein reporting that the Blues were in talks over a possible loan deal as part of the Lukaku transfer, which would see Osimhen join on loan with an option to buy. Reports in Italy have then suggested Napoli don't want the loan and they want 58 million plus Lukaku. And then Osimhen's agents come out shutting down all talks of a potential loan deal. So we've got all the latest on Victor Osimhen to Chelsea, which has it moved on since yesterday and which looks like it's the closest it's been in a long time. I think we're still a way away from it happening, but it's a lot closer than it seemingly was a while back. We've also got the latest on Conor Gallagher and Atletico Madrid. Reported this morning by Fabrizio Romano that Chelsea and Atletico are in direct talks for a Conor Gallagher deal. Negotiations are underway for a package worth around 35 to 40 million euros with add-ons included. But it remains to be seen whether Gallagher is actually open to a move to Atletico. We don't know that at this point in time. Chelsea have also reportedly made an offer for Hoffenheim striker Maximilian Beier, the 21-year-old forward. We're unsure on what the offer is right now, but Chelsea have reportedly made an offer for the 21-year-old German. And Enzo Fernandez is back in Chelsea training. He's apologised in person after he linked up with the squad in Atlanta. Chelsea basically consider the matter internally now closed with the Enzo Fernandez situation. Obviously, I think FIFA are still investigating the video, but as far as Chelsea are concerned, the matter with Enzo is now closed. Guys, there's loads to get into. A crazy news day at Chelsea today. A crazy news day. Let's say hello to a few people and then we will dive into proceedings. Already loads in the chat. Yes, big up. What else have we got going on? There's so much going on here. If they get Beier, they're not signing Osimhen. Again, let's wait and see what happens here. You know, we might end up with no one. We could end up with Beier and Osimhen, or we could end up with just Osimhen, or we could end up with just Beier. Who knows at this point? Enzo with kids will just fail. Even Potter had a better and more experienced team to call upon. Let's have a look. What else is coming in? There's loads of stuff here. Osimhen not happening. No, I wouldn't say it's not happening just because his agents come out and said a loan deal is he's not wanting a loan deal. That doesn't mean that a deal isn't happening. You know, we need to understand how transfers work here. You know, his agent's got a client who's worth a lot of money, and a loan deal would mean he'd be missing out on a large chunk of commission. So of course he's going to come out and shut down reports of a loan deal. What else is there? I can't get through all of this. There's so much stuff coming in, guys. I'm going to just start down the bottom. If you want to guarantee your comment gets read out, people, please do use the super chat function. It'll guarantee your comments read out. Yes, big up. Yes, top bins, big up, my brother. Osimhen shirt incoming. Bro, I can't lie. If he does join, yes, the Osimhen shirt will certainly be purchased, and I'll be wearing that loud and proud for 100%. Why buy? Just get Osimhen. Stop letting Maresca sell our player. Well, I don't think Maresca's selling the players necessarily. I'm preparing myself for the same disappointment when we lost out on Elise. Yes, big up. It's the only way we're getting rid of Lukaku, so it has to happen. Yeah, I mean, right now, Napoli want Lukaku. Lukaku supposedly agreed a 3-year deal with the club. All that's been the only hold up now is them getting rid of Osimhen. He's been in talks with PSG. He said yes to PSG, but the sticking point's the release clause. No one wants to pay that £110 million release clause because I don't think people see any value in that deal, and I think it's an overpricing of Osimhen, which I think is fair. So obviously Osimhen desperate to leave, Napoli desperate to move him on now. He's not been involved in any of the pre-season games. He wasn't even on the bench in their last one. So they need to seek a solution to this problem. And, as I've said many times on the stream, guys, on the show previously, we have got something that Napoli want. And, why, unless Chelsea's interest in Osimhen is simply disappeared, which I don't think it would have done, then why wouldn't a deal be done where you would involve both players in some way? But anyway, let's dive into it. Are we really signing Beier? No, not as of yet. Apparently, according to Sky in Germany, we've submitted an offer, but I don't know what the details of the offer. Are we really signing Beier? I don't think. If it's a win-win situation, if Chelsea get Osimhen and Napoli get Lukaku, I think so. Look, I think in regards to Ornstein, I think talks have taken place about a move in the opposite direction. I'm sure between clubs a loan deal has been discussed. Obviously, maybe not on the player side and maybe not on the agent side. But Ornstein doesn't tweet stuff for the sake of it. He just does facts and just tweets that information when that is true. So yes, Osimhen's agent can come out and shut stuff down. Fine, but it doesn't mean that a loan deal has not been discussed between the clubs, because I think it probably has. It would have been. I imagine it would have been a number of options that have been discussed between the two clubs over a potential deal. 110 million for a proven good striker is overpriced, but 115 million. I think, look, Osimhen's not worth 110. I mean, he's 25 years of age. Caicedo, when we signed him, was 21. So you've got a lot more upside to him. And look, we haven't put ourselves in a great position because we have overpaid for a number of players. But it's not just Chelsea that don't see Osimhen at 110 million as value for money. It's PSG as well. And I'm sure it's a number of other suitors that Osimhen would have interested in him. They don't see value in that price point. And that's entirely fair enough. That's entirely fair enough. The board are getting serious now. The Celtic game woke them up. I don't think so. Osimhen for 58 million plus Lukaku's a bargain. I would agree with that. Mate, I don't know why you're so obsessed with United. Since when was signing Lenny Yoro and Joshua Zirkzee suddenly mean you're a top team? It's crazy how, like, the United hype train. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Will they be better than last season? Yeah, they could well be. But this idea, just because they've signed Joshua Zirkzee, who doesn't even start for Holland, and they've signed Lenny Yoro, who's a talent but is still quite unproven, that means they're suddenly back. Doesn't make sense. Don't know how true, but yeah, I agree on that. So yeah, guys, let's get started. Let's get cracking with this Osimhen stuff then. Let's dive right into it. Big up to everyone that's already locked in. 89 in the building, only 35 likes. Keep smashing that like button, guys. Let's get this up to 100 likes as quickly as possible. It would be greatly appreciated, guys. So keep smashing that like button and keep smashing the subscribe button. And let's get this show on the road. So obviously, carrying on from the discussions we were having on yesterday's show, that obviously, Napoli could be open to Osimhen being involved in a Lukaku deal. Ornstein then subsequently reporting this morning that Napoli in ongoing talks with Chelsea to sign Lukaku, while discussions between Napoli and Chelsea also taking place about a move for Osimhen in the opposite direction. Lukaku would be permanent, Osimhen's season-long loan and buy option. I think one thing that people also need to be aware of is that don't listen to agents in a transfer window. Don't take what agents say seriously in a transfer window. We've been around long enough, guys, to know that what agents say shouldn't be taken seriously. We've been around long enough to know this, guys. We know how transfers work. If we're literally taking agents' words for stuff, then yeah, we might as well not believe anything that comes out. So yeah, this has obviously been reported, and I said this morning on Twitter, like, this would be too good to be true. The fact that we could potentially offload Lukaku, which we're desperate to do, get his wages off the books, and then we wouldn't even have to pay the release clause for Osimhen. We get a top level striker on a year's trial, basically, and then we can decide whether we want him or not. And there's the option to not have him if it doesn't go particularly well. And you're looking at that and you're reading it, you're thinking, well, if we could pull that off, it's one of the most ridiculous deals we could have possibly done. One of the most ridiculous deals we could have possibly done if we were to pull that off. But then, you're thinking, well, it's probably too good to be true. There's no way that would Napoli really be open to loaning him out. Ben Jacobs was adding that, the option to buy would become an obligation, for example, if Chelsea were to qualify for the Champions League, which makes a bit more sense. So look, just because Osimhen's agents come out and shut down a few things, it doesn't mean that these things haven't been discussed. It doesn't necessarily mean that those deals are completely off the table. It doesn't mean that at all. It absolutely does not mean that. But yeah, Ben Jacobs was saying that Chelsea will only go in, if the price significantly drops or the structure, like a loan with an option or obligation, becomes viable. Reports are suggesting that Osimhen's impatient. He wants to leave. We know that Chelsea don't want to pay that big release clause, but are keen on Osimhen should the structure change or drop. He adds that Napoli have raised a loan option into an obligation should Chelsea qualify for the Champions League. That would also make sense. That would also make sense, a loan, and then it becomes an obligation to buy. I don't know what sort of price, but it becomes an obligation to buy if we qualify for the Champions League, which I think would seem pretty fair, in my opinion. I believe that would be pretty fair if we could get that. It wouldn't be an issue. But then obviously we've had the reports from Di Marzio in Italy suggesting that Napoli aren't open to a loan deal, and their starting point would be 58 million plus Lukaku. Now, Chelsea, like Lukaku's got a 38 million pound exit clause, but I think reports are suggesting that Chelsea could let Lukaku go for around 30 million pounds. So if you factor in the 30 mil and then the 58. That's 88 million pounds for Victor Osimhen. Well, it's a total of 88 million pounds, all in per se. But if you can get 58 million pounds, by the way, right? If this is true, 58 million pounds, that is a significant drop in the asking price from the release clause. The release clause believed to be around 110 million pounds. That's just under half. That's just under a 50% discount on the Osimhen deal. That's incredible. If that's true, that really is remarkable, guys. Really is remarkable. That is a big drop. And if a deal could be done at that price, even if you're looking at 60 million, I'd even say 60 or 65 million. That could be. I wouldn't say that was a bad deal, but. If you can get sort of between that 58, 65 million pound range, then I think that's a very, very good deal. And it's not something to be sniffed at. Absolutely not something to be sniffed at. But whether we can actually get to that or not remains to be seen. Obviously, as I said, Osimhen's agreed terms with PSG, but he's also thought to he's thought to be in favour of a move to Chelsea should Napoli and Chelsea be able to reach an agreement. Ben Jacobs adding that PSG talks over the fee and a structure haven't made any progress, and Saudi won't make a move unless Osimhen gives them a green light, because he rejected multiple offers from Al Hilal last year. Napoli wanting Lukaku helps Chelsea, as does Osimhen putting pressure on Napoli to leave as soon as possible. Now, look, guys, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but remember what I said yesterday. I feel like there's more twists in this Osimhen to Chelsea thing. And it almost feels like it's kind of been written in the stars, and it's one of those transfers that's almost destined to happen. Well, it looks like, more twists and turns in the transfer are taking place. But then part of me also feels that, could this just be a massive smokescreen? Could this be a massive smokescreen? We really don't know. We really don't know at this point in time. We really don't know. But yeah, I mean, the fact that the two clubs are even in discussions shows that, significant progress is being made. Direct swap deals don't, but player and cash deals, whilst not, really common, they're a lot more common than say direct swap deals. And I think this would be one that would be relatively straightforward to do, because Lukaku definitely wants to go and Osimhen would be open to joining Chelsea. So I don't look at this one and see it as one of those where, oh yeah, this hasn't got any legs, just completely forget it. The fact that two teams are in talks suggests that this absolutely does have legs if an agreement can be made. PSG have got an issue where I don't think they've got any players that Napoli want, or should I say, they're not prepared to let the players go that Napoli might be interested in to potentially make a deal happen. So I've always maintained, guys, that having Lukaku is a little bit of a trump card up our sleeve that no one else has. Conte's made it very clear that he wants Lukaku. Lukaku wants Napoli. The contract is reportedly agreed with Napoli, 3-year deal, which would see him take a pay cut. And now we move from there, and we see what sort of situation we can get. What sort of situation we can get with Osimhen, if we can get anything at all. We are basically ahead of PSG purely down to the fact that Conte loves Lukaku. That's the reality. Yes, big up, brother. Chelsea PSG will not pay the release clause. No, however, Napoli cannot afford to keep paying his wages, so I would assume they're willing to drop the release clause price. The longer it goes on, then they are gonna have to drop that release clause price. It's as simple as that, guys. It really is as simple as that. The longer it goes on, then they're going to have to make adjustments to their demands, because they're going to want a solution to this. Lukaku is going to need a pre-season. Right now, he's training with the group that got left behind from the tour to maintain his fitness. He's going to want, to integrate into Napoli. Osimhen's going to want a pre-season at his club, at his new club. He's currently not training with the group at Napoli. He's training on his own. So, yeah, this is something that needs a solution. Yes, big up, brother. I'll be happy with the Osimhen signing. No brainer with Lukaku going the other way. Agree. It's all PR. Look who our owners are. Omarodian will be signing once Gallagher goes for you. Look, bro, I absolutely hear that point of view. And considering Omarodian scored in the Olympics today, you know what's going to happen. We're about to drop a 70 million euros bid on Omarodian. You could definitely see that one happening. You could definitely see it happening. By the way, what's Conte's obsession with Lukaku? I don't know. I guess Lukaku's done well for him wherever he's been. Lukaku did really well for him at Inter, and so yeah, I guess he just likes it. That's the reality. Yeah, brother, the guy's virtually played for every team in Serie A, hasn't he? Virtually played for every team in Serie A. It feels like at this point, doesn't it? It's crazy. The Omarodian links won't go away. Fab never rules them out. No, because it's not ruled out. Chelsea are there if the conditions of the deal change. And the fact that, Gallagher, Chelsea are now in talks with Atletico over Gallagher, you would maybe think that if we're going to give Atletico a discounted price on Gallagher, which talks are suggesting, then they might be prepared to give us a discounted price on Omarodian potentially. This is what we're looking at here at the moment, guys. I think we will still. I think if we don't buy Omarodian, it's a signing. I think if we don't buy Omarodian, it's a signing we will regret in the future. I don't think we'll regret not signing Omarodian. I really don't. If he goes on and does well, great. But I don't think he's not really what we need, if I'm going to be totally honest. Do we have to sell Gallagher? Well, it appears that way. Although I'm still not totally convinced that he's going to be on his way out. I'm not totally convinced of that right now. Nah, brother, we need to forget the Felix stuff. Felix is washed. Like, there's a reason why no one wants him. You know, let's think about that. Why does no one want Joao Felix? Like, that should speak volumes. That should speak volumes. As someone who's supposedly so talented, which he is, why does no one want him? That's not a good sign. The days of us making signings like this are over. We'd rather sign 100 million's worth of maybe players and drop money on someone that will move the needle. Look, let's wait and see. There was one report yesterday, unconfirmed, that Chelsea had made an offer for Chiesa, but there's definitely been said that nothing's been made official or anything like that. So it could be one to keep an eye on. I'm already on John Duran and Beier, meaty kind of targets that will cost a lot. Beier, I don't think would cost that much. I think he's got a release clause in his contract. Release clause of 25 million. So yeah, that's not a huge price. I mean, John Duran's not going to happen. Look, it's not the most exciting. I've got to be honest. If Osimhen signs for Chelsea shouldn't give him the cursed 9 shirt. Let's wait and see if he does come. You know, we can hold fire on that sort of thing. Must be true then. Yeah, it must be true. Look, I wouldn't go as far as saying he's crap, but you know, he's 20 years of age. He's young. He's got a lot of room to develop. And yeah, I think, you know, a move to Chelsea wouldn't make sense. We have a lot of players we need to get rid of. Yeah, this is a concern of mine as well right now, is that there are so many players that we need to move on, yet the outgoing side of things is really, really slow at the moment. Really slow. You know, there's not been an awful lot going on the outgoing side of things. The only notable outgoings to date have been Martson and Amari Hutchinson. Obviously, it's good to have Malang Sarr's wages off the books, but yeah, we need to get a big move on with outgoings. And if it means using, you know, a few maybe player swap deals potentially, then let's crack on and get it done. Let's crack on and just get this done, because right now the squad side is massive. International loan spots are limited. We've got our work cut out to get rid of a number of players, and the clock is absolutely ticking on that. Absolutely ticking on that. Osimhen knows $250K a week now, so we're expecting him to drop his wage demands to come to a club that's in a Conference League. No, look, again, I think Chelsea would be prepared to pay Osimhen to. But look, we can worry about that. The fact they're in discussions would suggest that, you know, there is some sort of compromise to be made over potential wages. That's what I would say. Because if there was no room for compromise, then I don't think the discussions would even be taking place. If we're going to be totally honest on that front, I don't even think that the discussions would take place. Is it just me, or is this the slowest transfer window ever, just in general? Yeah, it certainly feels like that. It does feel like that. But I think, you know, 2 international tournaments in the summer, that has a bearing on the outcome. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Generally speaking, it does feel quite slow. We're stacked with midfield. We are. Must focus on outgoings. I agree. But we weren't prepared to pay a world-class Elise what he wanted. Look, I think Chelsea didn't view Elise as someone who had done enough in his career to warrant being paid those wages. But then what doesn't make sense is why we pursued him for so long. We would have known what the financial demands were. So yeah, it's that is one that does confuse me a bit. I've got to be totally honest there. Sterling and Lukaku can both go, can spend their wages on someone more reliable. Yeah, maybe. But then obviously, you know, we've had those 2 conflicting reports, and then we've had Osimhen's agent coming out to shut down these rumours. I've read about unfounded imaginary trades involving Victor shipped around like a package ready for delivery. But remember that this package is the top scorer of the 3rd Scudetto in Naples history. respect and no more fake news. Yeah, so that he doesn't shut down any talks of Osimhen not going to Chelsea. Doesn't shut down any talks of a move. He's just saying that that as far as he's concerned, he's not being involved in any loan deals. Because look, you can look at it in multiple ways, but I think it's someone looking out for the best interests of their client, someone who's looking at I'm missing out on potentially a big chunk of commission. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that. I wouldn't read too much into what agents say in a transfer window. I really wouldn't read too much into that. It's not something worth losing a lot of sleep over. It really isn't. But yeah, it's been a crazy day, hasn't it? It's been a crazy day in terms of the Victor Osimhen one. If we were able to do it, imagine being able to extract a fee for an unwanted Lukaku and getting an elite 25-year-old in Osimhen, possibly on loan with an option to buy. It's got potential to be one of the greatest swap deals in football history, but it's also got equally as much potential of falling flat on its arse and not happening. That's the kind of the parameters that we're dealing with right now. I mean, it's crazy, the thought that this is almost potentially coming full circle. Chelsea have had long-term interest in Osimhen. Then it was reported earlier this summer that we weren't pursuing a move because of a price of the deal. And then some reports were suggesting, I think of the Athletic, suggesting that there were maybe some concerns over a potential style of play. And now it's almost like it's coming full circle again. It's interesting, isn't it? Ornstein pinned tweet. I think he just. I'll be honest. I think he just pins his most. I mean, I don't know if we should be reading anything into that. Let's wait and see. Yeah, he's pinned it. Ornstein is GOAT settings along with Fabrizio. So, as we'll see what. We'll see what the situation is. We will absolutely see what the situation is between these guys. Wow. Also, by the way, Chelsea close to agreeing a €20 million package for an 18-year-old goalkeeper. That was reportedly going to be less than €1 million. What's going on there? Chelsea close to agreeing a deal with Genk for Mike Penders. Blues are offering more than €20 million package. I thought that was only meant to. I mean, yeah, Ornstein's pinned it. Ornstein has pinned it. That's mad. That's mad. People, this might have legs, This might have legs. Ornstein, the GOAT. This has got legs, guys. Let's not get carried away, because there's a chance that this doesn't happen for sure. There's a chance it doesn't happen. But I mean, yeah, crazy developments in the Osimhen Lukaku stuff today. I mean, I wasn't waking up this morning and expecting to have this amount of developments on the Osimhen stuff. Fabrizio has also pinned his Osimhen tweet as well about talks over a potential loan. These guys are standing on business now. They're standing by their word. Ornstein and Fabrizio have both pinned their Osimhen tweets. Guys, stuff could be happening. I'll be real, guys. This is something that's moving really quickly right now. This is something that's moving. This is something that's moving very quickly right now. I'm not saying we're going to get anything today, but I suspect we could get something this week. No word of a lie. We could get something this week, people. And that would be incredible. That really would be incredible, guys, if we were to get something this week. But this seems to be moving really quickly. This is moving fast. I think because we backed out, Napoli would have to pay more for Lukaku if they sold Osimhen to PSG. Yeah, they would, because it would be a straight cash deal. So yeah, they absolutely would have to pay more because it would be straight cash. It does feel like something's happening, guys. It does feel like something's happening. I don't know what it is, but it does feel like something is. It does feel like something is definitely happening right now. People, we're 134 in the building. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Keep smashing that like button. We're only on 70 likes, people. 30 more likes to 100. We should be getting there ASAP. That should be light work, guys. Keep smashing the like button and keep subscribing to the channel as well, guys. It's free and it takes seconds to do. So please do subscribe to the channel. We're 4 subscribers away from 10,720. Let's get to that next little mini milestone on the road to 10.8K. So keep smashing the subscribe button. Keep smashing those likes. Let's get this up to 100 likes. 137 in the building. That should be 100 likes within the next 5 minutes. Light work. Let's get to it, guys. If Maresco's a fully fit squad, he can get us top 4 and win us the Conference League. Yep, I agree. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I guess it would be great if it goes through. Absolutely. He's far too old for us, pushing 26 now. Yeah, but Dewsbury Hall was signed and he's pushing 26. So I think maybe there is a slight willingness to adapt in the. It adapts the policy. A here we go is in the air. It certainly smells like it, doesn't it? Smells like a here we go is potentially brewing this week, maybe. No, look, of course not. It's important. We've got to remain calm in these situations. No point getting carried away. There's a long way to go before any deal potentially materializes at all. We've got to be real there. Is it just me? Is Ornstein not that reliable for Chelsea? No, look, I think a few things of that he's reported in the past have perhaps turned out to be different. But what people don't realise is that things can change in football. You can report something at the time which is correct, but then the circumstances change, and then obviously people look back at it and think, he's got it wrong. At the time of reporting, at the time of stuff going out, like what people are saying is correct. If the circumstances change further down the line, it doesn't mean that the information was wrong in the first place. That's what people need to realize. That's what people need to realize on that one. What else have we got going on here? No, it's not an Ornstein versus Fabrizio. They're both saying the Osimhen to Chelsea stuff is concrete possibilities. But yeah, look, this is one that's moving fast. This is one that is moving fast. A lot of developments are currently taking place on this, and I wouldn't expect any more. I wouldn't expect any more news on this necessarily today. We're not sure. Let's see. Let's wait and see. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? It's going to be interesting to see how this one develops. But I mean, let's wait and see. Well, to be fair, there was a last-minute hijack, so I don't really know how you're supposed to. You can't preempt those sorts of things. So, yeah, obviously it looks wrong now, but at the time, Pedro Lima was all set to come to Chelsea, and there was a last-minute hijack on the deal. How come I'm not on playback? Because I've got the time. I want to grow. I want to grow this channel. So yeah. I want to grow this channel. So yeah, I haven't got time to put stuff into playback, but maybe in the future. I'm going to bed now. It's nearly 12 a.m. in China. Big up to everyone out in China. Hope I wake up to an Osimhen Chelsea. Here we go. Maybe. That's something I don't know the answer to. That is something I don't know the answer to. because we lacked consistency and injuries cost us. But yeah, we let the massive lack of consistency and injuries costing us. That was the main thing. Right, guys, there's plenty more to get into. Let's quickly address this goalkeeping thing, because that's kind of crazy. Because originally, this deal was supposed to be this deal was meant to be for less than £1 million, is what reports were saying yesterday. Now we're getting reports that Chelsea are about to offer a total of a €20 million package. Chelsea are close to agreeing a deal with Genk for Mike Penders. Blues are offering more than €20 million package with a percentage on future resale. Genk now working on details to make the deal happen after getting an agreement in principle with Blueco side. Penders would be loaned directly this season to Genk. Long-term contract, on the table. Yeah, okay, great. Well, why? Why would be my question. You've signed a young goalkeeper. I think he was 18 years old in Slonina. Why do we need another one? Would be my question. I'm a little bit confused at this. I don't know anything about this Mike Penders guy. I don't know anything about Penders at all. Apparently, he's viewed as someone like like the next Thibaut Courtois. Apparently, but again, I don't see that being the case. Well, not that I don't see it being the case, but that €20 million seems a lot of money when we've already got so many goalkeepers. Another £15 million on a goalkeeper. I mean, seriously, why? What's the point? How many goalkeepers do we need? It's another international loan spot taken up, which we can't really afford to be doing. We need these international loan spots, and yet it's another one that's being that's going to be taken up with Penders being loaned back. So yeah, this is not what we're looking for, people. This is not what we are looking for right now. I'll be real. I don't know anything about the guy. He could turn out to be really good, but right now it just feels very unnecessary. And what it says to me is that Chelsea don't really believe in Slonina, and they are not particularly happy with the progress that he's making, or should we say lack of progress. That's basically what we're saying here. Is that Chelsea are not pleased with Slonina. Maybe they don't think Slonina is quite as good as they initially thought he was. And yeah, that's why we are facing this situation here. But this is just another stockpiling thing. Another stockpiling scenario. Another keeper. How many do these clowns want? Another pointless youngster signing that's not needed. These clowns just wasting money and keep stockpiling youngsters. Yeah, I hear it. Look, it's not the kid's fault. I can't comment on him at all because until yesterday, I'd never heard of him. But €20 million and a sell-on clause just seems like a really bad deal. Especially if the project and the model is relying on selling for profit, which it obviously does. So yeah, it really doesn't appear like it's a particularly good deal that Chelsea are doing here. And I can't understand why we're signing yet another goalkeeper who, yeah, is probably going to spend multiple years out on loan and may never actually play for the football club. So what exactly is it that we're doing here? We're just playing. It just feels like we're playing the profit game right now. That's exactly what we're doing. We are playing the profit game here, and that's not a great game to be playing. Not a great game to be playing. Guys, keep smashing that like button. 88 likes. We need 12 more likes for the 100 likes target. So please keep smashing that like button, and please keep subscribing to the channel as well. That would be greatly appreciated, people. We are 8 subscribers away from 10,730. Let's get another 8 more subscribers. Hit that subscribe button. join the channel, become part of the community, the place to be for all your Chelsea content. So please do smash the likes, get it up to 100, and keep subscribing to the channel as well. 12 likes to go, people. Let's get it done. But yeah, this Penders deal, I can't add much more on it other than it just seems a lot of money for another 18-year-old goalkeeper. Does he fit what we're looking to do? I've got absolutely no idea. But yeah, it doesn't feel like we need another goalkeeper. But there we go. It looks like we're advancing on a deal for him. And yeah, there we go. You know, it's not even buying. This isn't even buying low and selling high. This is as much as we paid for Petrovic. We paid 14 million quid for Petrovic, and we're going to be paying the same for this 18-year-old kid. And this is about 5 million less than what we paid for, than what we're going to end up paying for Philip Jorgensen. So, yeah, you know, the mind boggles. I can't get my head around it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't see the point of it. But this is seemingly what we're doing right now. And yeah, that's kind of that, isn't it? At the end of the day, that's kind of that. There's nothing else we can really do about it. I personally think it's a poor move. I really don't understand it. And yeah, you do just at this point just have to laugh. You just have to laugh at this point. Jorgensen, Penders, Petrovic, Capitalina, Bersham, Beach, Bettinelli, Sanchez. Yeah, it's mad. It's mad how many goalkeepers there are. Obviously, Kepa's going to go. Slanina's on loan. I mean, some of those guys are obviously going to be academy goalkeepers or whatever. But yeah, it's utterly ridiculous to have that many goalkeepers on the books. Utterly ridiculous. It literally makes no sense whatsoever. And what's so special about this guy that, you know, we think he's now the answer, but Slanina wasn't the answer at all. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But I don't want to waste time talking about this move, because the chances are this kid will probably never play for us. You know, that's what we've got to. That's kind of what we've got to realize when we're talking about these kind of deals, guys. Is that we just have to accept that this is what we're doing, and that the chances are that this geezer is never going to play for the club. As a lifelong Chelsea and Genk fan, watched all Mike's games last season in second division. Now he's playing in the first division in Genk. Same path as Courtois. Genk is known for keepers. Yeah, look, obviously Courtois has done very well from there, but you know it's very difficult to emulate what Courtois has done. So yeah, look, I'm in no position to talk about Penders. Literally, the first time I'd heard of him was yesterday. So let's wait and see kind of what happens on that one. But yeah, it's one, just a move that I just think is, we don't need a goalkeeper. It's not necessary. It just feels like a waste of 20 million euros on a position which we absolutely do not need to be filling. That's kind of the reality for me of where we're at right now. This position just simply doesn't need filling. Guys, 5 more likes to the 100. Keep going, people. Keep pushing. They say they don't have money for Osimhen and Elise, but they spend millions on kids. Yeah, no, I hear you. I'm trying to stay positive and jump on the Osimhen hype train, but let's face facts. This club is a shambles right now. Look, I hear you on that. I'm trying to not jump aboard the Osimhen hype train because, you know, we've seen this sort of stuff before. We just end up being massively, massively disappointed. Genk Courtois came from, yeah, so did Castells. And just like Courtois, he's now first team keeper Genk. You can't compare Eupen to Genk. Slanina was underperforming in the worst team in Belgium. No, okay, no, fair enough. Yeah, I'm not saying the guy's bad or anything. My point is that why did Chelsea need to sign yet another goalkeeper? That's the point that I'm getting to, is that I just don't understand the need for us to be looking at yet another goalkeeper. Literally doesn't make any sense Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But not an awful lot of stuff makes sense that Chelsea are doing. Not an awful lot of stuff makes sense that we're looking to do. That's the reality of the situation. So there we go. There we go. To be honest, guys, Chelsea are bad. We don't understand how to buy players. Always going with big names. Why, like Osimhen? Oh, well, look, we're using some of the players for bargaining chips and for money laundering for some reason. Players like Moreira, Slonina. But yeah, there we go. That's the latest. Chelsea closing on a €20 million package for 18-year-old Genk goalkeeper Mike Penders. Another one, as DJ Khaled would say. So yeah, there we go. Doesn't make sense. But yeah, I haven't got anything further to add on that. I haven't got anything further to add on that. That's where we're at. But anyway, let's move back to let's hope that Jorgensen gets, completes his medical as quickly as possible, signs the contract, and then quickly displaces Sanchez, because I agree with you, bro. We need to get him out. We need to get him out ASAP. But anyway, sticking with strikers, by the way, according to Sky in Germany, Chelsea have submitted a concrete offer to Maximilian Beier. Final decision within the next 2 weeks. The 21-year-old talented striker has a release clause of 25 million. No club has started in negotiations with Hoffenheim yet, and no agreement with the player. Now, Beier is believed to be able to also play out wide. He had a bit of a breakthrough season last year for Hoffenheim. 2024. I don't think he is under contract until 2027 at Hoffenheim. He can play striker and he can play down both wings. And last season, as I said, was a kind of a breakout season for him. His first season in the Bundesliga, and he scored. I think he scored 16 Bundesliga goals, which is not bad going at all. Yeah, he got 16 Bundesliga goals in 33 appearances. It's not bad at all. No, mistake. He played 25 minutes against Switzerland at the Euros. But yeah, look, 16 goals in his first Bundesliga season. Someone who's comfortable across the entire front line. 25 million quid. Is not an awful lot of money for sort of a 21-year-old versatile forward. I absolutely hear that. But yeah, I'm not sure. Again, Aston Villa are thought to be interested in a potential move as well. But again, it's unclear how far their interest has progressed. But this is another player that Chelsea have been linked with in the past, and now, according to Sky in Germany, an offer has been submitted to Beier. 2 weeks, they're saying. Again, I don't really have too much to say on this necessarily. I really don't know how good the guy is. I really don't know if this profile of youngster is what Chelsea really need. We know that we need a top-level striker. And with the greatest of respect to Beier, he's at the start of his career, and he's not really ticking the top-level striker box, is he? We've got to be fair here, and no, he's not ticking that top-level striker box. So yeah, look, let's wait and see, whether this offer gets, whether he accepts this offer or not. If I was him, I wouldn't be coming to Chelsea. You need to be going and playing regular football. It's as simple as that at the end of the day. Regular football needs to be played. And yeah, I'm not really seeing this as a as a good move for the kid. And I'm also not really seeing this as making an awful lot of sense from a Chelsea perspective. I'm not seeing. I'm just not sensing that at all. But yeah, I mean, at this point in time, it almost feels like you'd quite like Chelsea to get a transfer ban. You would at this point, it almost feels like that would be more preferable instead of more signings, and stuff. Instead of more signings. No one as bad as Kepa. No, I hear it. But yeah, look, Beier's obviously a talented kid, but just like, do we need another youngster that's comfortable playing across the front line? I just don't think we do, guys. I really don't think we do. People, 105 likes. Let's get this up to 120 likes. Come on, guys. Keep smashing that like button. It's free. It takes seconds to do, and it really, really helps me out. And please keep hitting that subscribe button as well. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, guys, run these likes up, people. This should be on 120 easy. Let's get to work, guys. We need a leader in the team. Yeah, I hear you. We need players also to step up into leadership roles. But yeah, a lack of leadership is certainly a concern. Big up to the Dearish Devil for the super chat donations. Greatly appreciated, bro. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what's going to happen here. But yeah, a move for Beier. It's not really moving for me. It's not really cutting it for me. And yeah, this is not the caliber of target we need to be aiming for. This is not the caliber of target we should be aiming for. So yeah, there's room for improvement, guys. There's absolutely room for improvement here. And yeah, I just don't think Maximilian Beier is right for Chelsea. But according to Sky Germany, Chelsea have submitted an offer for Beier. So let's wait and see if we get any further developments on that over the next couple of weeks. The next thing that we need to move on to, guys, is the future of none other than Conor Gallagher. The future of Conor Gallagher. Now, reports suggesting, Fabrizio Romano, saying that Atletico Madrid and Chelsea are now in direct talks with Conor Gallagher. Negotiations underway for a package worth around 35 to 40 million euros with add-ons included, requested by Chelsea. Gallagher on top of the Atletico list as revealed in May. Deal now getting closer. And then it's subsequently been reported, I think, from journalists in Spain that Gallagher and Atletico is getting very hot. Atletico's idea is to offer around £25 million plus add-ons, trying to reach a final agreement with Chelsea. Now, if it ends up being £25 million plus add-ons, why have we suddenly basically halved our asking price pretty much? What's the reasoning behind that? Why have we basically halved the asking price? Yes, apparently we don't want to sell to another Premier League club. Was the £50 million asking price purely for Premier League suitors? I don't know is the honest answer to that. But if this is true, this doesn't seem like a very good deal on our behalf at all. Yes, I get there's going to be Premier League tax, but when you see Smith Rowe going to Fulham for like £35 million, and you then see Conor Gallagher being linked with a move for around £25 million plus add-ons, it doesn't make sense, does it? It really doesn't. I'm struggling to get my head around that. That really to me is not a good deal. I think we've kind of accepted now that we know Gallagher is going to be leaving. But again, the Guardian stating that it remains unclear if Gallagher would be open to a move to Atletico. Plus, it also says that he would be prepared to stay at Chelsea if the conditions of a move don't meet his requirements. So, let's see what happens. But I honestly really do feel that this is, if this is to be true, this is not a good deal for Chelsea. I really don't believe this is a good deal. I don't believe it's a good deal at all. We should at least be getting £40 million, 45 million pounds all in. And if that means like a 30 or a 35 million up front, then that's what it should be. But for me, it looks like we're taking probably 10 million less than what we should be accepting, guys. That's kind of what it feels like right now, is that we're accepting kind of maybe 10 million less than what we should be. But yeah, Gallagher running his contract down, it makes sense from his part, because then you can go wherever you want to go. But Chelsea won't want to lose him on a free, and I don't know if they'd allow him to run his contract down. I suspect they'd even offer him a new deal if he turns down and moves to Atletico. But it feels like with the clubs in discussions, it feels like, it kind of feels inevitable that Gallagher will join Atletico Madrid. But yeah, ultimately, it's still down to him. The ball is still very much in his court in terms of whether he wants to leave or not. He's under contract at Chelsea, so we will have to wait and see what happens on that front. It is ultimately down to him. I think Atletico Madrid would be a great move for him. No doubt about it. It would be a great move for him. But my issue is that we just appear to be, if this is true, these numbers, then it just feels like we're just selling him well under price in my view. For 29 to 34 million, including add-ons, is just not good business. Arsenal selling Smith Rowe for 34 million, as I said, is exactly why I've got a problem with this deal. 25 million for Conor Gallagher is, it's bordering on criminal. I'll be real. It is bordering on criminal for that sort of pricing for Gallagher. I mean, that doesn't sit right with me. I think we're selling ourselves massively short there. I think we really are selling ourselves short. Look, for me, I'd like Gallagher to stay. I think he can be a valuable member of the squad. But it's clear that the club are intent on selling him. And yeah, that of course is very frustrating, guys. Very, very frustrating. There's no denying that. It's another one of the academy products being sold off. It feels like kind of the soul of the club is slowly being shipped away. But this is obviously how we're moving at the moment, and only time will tell whether the decisions we're making are the right ones. But on the evidence that we've seen so far, yeah, this evidence does not appear to be particularly favourable to the ownership in terms of the way that they treat players from the academy, the way that they sort of just treat players in general. It doesn't look like it's boding particularly well. Guys, we're 4 likes from 120. Keep smashing that like button, guys. We can hit that next little mini milestone. So please help me get there. Keep smashing that subscribe button as well. 7 subscribers away from 10,730. Let's make sure we are getting there, people. Let's make sure we're getting there. But yeah, guys, run up the likes. Keep subscribing. I just feel like that sort of a deal for Gallagher is just, I've got to be brutally honest, it's crap, people. Let's just say it for what it is. That sort of money for Gallagher is no good. Is no good whatsoever. That I just don't look at that and think that's good business. But some people will think it's good business. I absolutely don't think it's I absolutely don't think it's good business. But there we go. That's the reality of the situation we find ourselves in, and we're just going to have to wait for discussions to continue. I'm sure that Atletico and Chelsea will most likely come to an agreement. Now, what it's going to depend on is whether Gallagher can come to an agreement with Atletico, and whether he actually wants to join the club. It would be Champions League football, chance to play in Spain. I think he'd suit the team really well. So let's wait and see. I prefer selling Chelsea cheaper to Atletico than selling to Spurs. Yep, I absolutely agree on that front. That for sure does make more sense. No doubt about it. But yeah, that's the latest on Conor Gallagher. Chelsea and Atletico in direct talks. Atletico are confident of reaching an agreement with Chelsea. So we are going to have to wait and see. What happens on that one. Only time will tell. But yeah, I feel that this is probably the end for Chelsea and Gallagher. That's the way it feels like it's going. Are they really going to offer him a new contract if he stays? They might have to if they don't want to lose him for free. They might have to. They might not have a choice. That's the reality. They might not have a choice. That's a terrible price of Gallagher. Should at least get 45 given the current market. As I was saying with Chalobah's pricing, both way underpriced. I get it. We'd get a lot more money if we sold to a Prem club. I don't know how much more money we actually would get if we sold to a Premier League club. You probably would get a bit more. But I still don't think the £50 million asking price would be met. I still don't think so. I don't think he was quality at the Euros. I thought he'd done okay, but I wouldn't go anywhere near as far as saying that he was quality at the Euros. I don't agree with that. Thank you, bro. Appreciate the support. Big up. Greatly appreciate the kind words. It comes across as the owners are trying to cut their losses when it comes to Conor. Yeah, I think they are. They've been trying to sell him. Look, some people went over the top. I think a lot of the criticism was legit and was valid. But yeah, look, sure. Some people absolutely went over the top. But look, let's wait and see. It would be a shame to think that Gallagher's played his last game for the club and that he didn't get a proper chance to say goodbye to the fans. That would be that would be a real shame, in my opinion, a real shame. But that's such is life. We don't always get the endings that we want, and it looks like that Gallagher could well be on his way to Atletico Madrid. But let's wait and see. What happens. Gallagher can absolutely play a role in the squad for sure. We've seen the quality that he's got. He was the standing captain last season, had a brilliant season. There's nothing to suggest that he couldn't adapt to Enzo Maresca's way of playing. And yeah, it's just a huge disappointment that it could end like this. So let's wait and see what happens, guys. That's all we can do right now. But it looks like Chelsea and Atletico could be edging closer to an agreement. And then the decision is obviously then down to Conor Gallagher. That's the scenario that we're looking at right now at this point in time, people. Anyway, let's move away from the Gallagher stuff, and we've got a bit more transfer news, guys, because Chelsea, 2 new signings have completed their medicals, guys. Medical completed at Chelsea for both Aaron Anselmino and Philip Jorgensen. Anselmino did his medical in London, Jorgensen in the US. Contract signing to follow, both until 2030 plus option for a further season. Then Anselmino will travel back to Buenos Aires, where he's obviously going to spend until January on loan at Boca Juniors. Philip Jorgensen, Aaron Anselmino, just the contracts to sign. They are very close to becoming Chelsea players. Anselmino is not going to play. I don't think he'll feature for Chelsea for a couple of years at least. Jorgensen, you would very much expect us to see him in the upcoming season. So yeah, another 2 signings that are set to join the club, guys. More new signings. Jorgensen, look, let's hope that he's good and hope that he fits the bill with what Maresca's looking for, and let's hope that he's considerably better than Sanchez. And then Ansel Mino, meant to be a talented defender. Let's see. Let's wait and see how he does. Let's wait and see how he does. And then what else have we got going on? Yes, of course, the Enzo Fernandez situation. Chelsea saying that internally they consider that matter to be closed. Let me just bring up the details on that. But Chelsea consider the Enzo Fernandez situation closed. That is what they are. That is what they're saying there. So let's just go through the details of that. So Ben Jacobs reporting this, others reporting as well. Enzo Fernandez back in training with Chelsea, having immediately apologised in person after returning to Atlanta. He'll make a meaningful contribution to an anti-discrimination charity. Chelsea will match this via their foundation. James and Axel Disasi involved in talks representing player voices. That's good to hear. And then let's see what the article says. Any more meat to the bones here? Enzo Fernandez arrived in Atlanta. Yep. Chelsea undertook an internal investigation during which Enzo was in regular contact with Enzo Maresca, Chelsea's senior leadership team and various players. Having already apologised via social media, it's understood Enzo felt it was important to say sorry again upon arriving in Atlanta on Monday. Enzo has also voluntarily approached the club and proposed to make a meaningful contribution to an anti-discrimination charity, and Chelsea have decided to match Enzo's contribution via their own foundation. Captain Reece James and Axel Disasi have been part of key discussions to resolve the matter and have represented the voice of the players throughout the process. Chelsea will continue to prioritise anti-discrimination work and don't view Enzo contributing to charity as the only solution, but they hope it will fund education and highlight the challenges of using discriminatory or offensive language. Chelsea believe talks and Enzo's apology have helped resolve the situation and consider the matter closed. There we go. So Chelsea consider the Enzo Fernandez matter closed. Don't think there's any issue between him and his teammates anymore. Fafana has posted a picture of him and Enzo on Instagram, not from recently, from the 22-23 season. And that appears to all kind of be sorted now, guys. That seems to be sorted. So yeah, look, that matter seems to be dealt with now behind closed doors. Chelsea have dealt with it. FIFA are obviously still investigating the video, so let's wait and see if anything potentially comes from their findings. But look, I think Enzo's made amends now with the French players in the squad. They've held talks, everyone. It seems like it's been dealt with in an efficient and thorough manner. And now we move forward from this. We put this unfortunate incident behind us, and now we move forward as a team. And it appears that there doesn't seem to be any lasting damage from the unfortunate incident which has occurred. I have no idea. I don't really have an interest in whether players follow their teammates on Instagram. Really makes no difference to me whatsoever. As long as the harmony in the squad's good and they've spoken and they've talked about it, then that's fine. I don't have an issue with whether they're following each other on social media or not. Literally makes no difference to me whatsoever. Guys, we're 6 likes away from 130. Keep smashing that like button. 6 likes to go. There's still 82 in the building. Appreciate each and every single one of you. 5 more likes, guys, and 6 more subscribers. Keep smashing the subscribe button as well. Let's get to this 10,730 as quickly as possible. That would be greatly appreciated. So please do that, guys. Please do that. And yeah, that's a matter dealt with. I think Chelsea should be commended for the way that they've dealt with the situation. They've dealt with it very swiftly, very efficiently. You know, and we have to hope that, you know, this sort of thing doesn't happen again. It's really important that we hope that this sort of behaviour doesn't happen again. We need to make sure it doesn't. You know, it's unacceptable. But look, it's a line's been drawn under it now. You know, everyone at Chelsea, the squad, the players, etc., seem to be happy with the outcome of the solution. So, of the talks and whatnot. So, yeah, you know, who's anyone else to say that, you know, we need to keep talking about this? You know, they've joined. They've apologized now. So yeah, that's that as far as it's concerned right now. You know, that's the reality of the situation, guys. Simple as that, people. Simple as that. So yeah, that's the latest on that one. Enzo Fernandez now reintegrated back into the squad. Maybe he will play against Club America tomorrow night, although I suspect he's more likely to be involved against Man City on Saturday. I'd suggest that's more likely. You know, that's more likely. But we will obviously wait and see on that front. But yeah, obviously he's now back in the squad, back in training. Maybe we got Club America on Wednesday night. Maybe we'll see Caicedo get his first minutes. Maybe Dewsbury Hall will get his first minutes as well, and we can obviously move from there. People, we can move from there, and we can see what's going to happen. But yeah, guys, that's it's been a busy day of Chelsea news. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on. So yeah, you know, let's see what what the rest of the day's got in store for us. I mean, tomorrow could have a madness in store as well. You know, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens. But yeah, I mean, look, this Osimhen stuff, people, you know, please don't take anything what agents say seriously. They lie through their teeth all the time. I'm not saying that Osimhen to Chelsea is going to happen, but just because agents come out and said that no loan deal is possible, it doesn't mean that that's necessarily true. We know what agents are like. We know they lie. We know all this. So yeah, you know, this is kind of where we're at right now. Chelsea are in discussions over a possible loan, and a possible loan with an option to buy, which could become an obligation if Chelsea get into the Champions League. There's lots of exciting times ahead, guys. It really feels like in the build up to the start of the season that we like, you know, and the end of the window drawing closer, that there could be some exciting developments still round the corner and still in store for us. There could certainly be some exciting developments. No doubt about it in my mind. Guys, 4 more likes to 130. Let's get there. 85 of you still in the building. Appreciate everyone that is still here. Yeah, let's get these last 4 likes chalked off, people. It really helped me out. So yeah, please do that, guys. I would greatly appreciate it. Yes, big up. Anyone got any questions in the chat before I round this one out? Been a packed show, loads of news to dive into. But yeah, if anyone's got any last minute questions in the chat, please do hit me up. Please do hit me up there. But yeah, let's wait and see. Victor Osimhen wants Champions League football, but a move to the Premier League and Chelsea is one he is thought to be very open to. Sky Sport, Dalmesh Chef reporting that. So yeah, let's wait and see. You know, this is a rapidly changing situation. Yeah, of course. Where's your new Chelsea? Oh, I haven't got the new Chelsea shirt yet. How do you feel about our winger situation? I don't think we need another one, to be honest. I really don't. I wouldn't be looking to get another winger. We've got, like, use Angelo if you need to. And if not, you've got Esteban and Kendry coming next summer. Make do with what we've got right now. No, it's not a fake rumor. It's not been confirmed as a fake rumor at all. That absolutely isn't the case. Haven't got round to it yet. But I absolutely will be purchasing the new away kit. So yeah, I just haven't got round to it yet. But that will be being purchased. So yeah, I look forward to getting my hands on that in the near future. Yeah, guys, I am going to round this one out here. Big up to everyone for tuning in. Love for the support as always. Appreciate each and every single one of you. Guys, I will... Now, I'm not a huge fan of it. It's grown on me a little bit, but not a massive fan of the new home kit. So yeah, anyway, guys, gonna round this one out here. Big up to everyone that's tuned in. Love for the support as always. It's always greatly appreciated. Please smash the likes on the way out. 2 more likes to 130. So smash that like button on the way out. Subscribe on the way out. People, enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the sunshine over in the UK. It's been a nice day today. And yeah, guys, I'll be back with some form of content tomorrow. Let's see what the next 24 hours has got in store for us. But yeah, Chelsea and Osimhen, things could be happening. So stay tuned for updates. But yeah, guys, love for the support. Smash the like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Catch you guys again tomorrow. Up the Chelsea and peace out.